Hi everybody, we are back here at the Brickstore Museum for another collections visit. This morning I am here working at the museum as we install our Bicentennial exhibit. So if anybody hasn't heard already, the museum as well as the state of Maine and the town of Kennebunk are celebrating dual bicentennials this year, and the fact that Kennebunk became a town in 1820 and obviously the state of Maine became a state in 1820. So with our dual bicentennials on the way here this summer, the museum is opening an exhibit called Perspectives 2020, which has invited over 50 local artists to submit a piece about what Kennebunk or the state of Maine means to them. And then the museum staff has gone to work to pair those pieces with pieces of our collections here, so artifacts that have to do with stories of Kennebunk's past, to show multiple different perspectives and histories and experiences here in Kennebunk. So what I've come up here in our third floor, of storage to do today, is to find some shoes. And that's because if anybody is familiar with the artist Kelly Jo Shows, she is a local artist. She submitted a great piece that features a pair of sneakers, and if anyone again is familiar with her, you'll know that she paints shoes as a way to tell the stories of the people who wear them. And she really inspired us to do the same in finding some shoes that we can pair with her piece to tell the stories of the thousands, if not millions, of people who have walked through Kennebunk during their lifetime. So I opened these 3 boxes here just to show you a glimpse of how shoes are stored once they're donated. So the paper is a little wrinkled because when they get obviously taken out for exhibitions or for research and then put back in, the paper gets a little bit crinkled. But I thought I'd pose you a question in wondering why. I'm wondering if anybody can guess why we have so many this is a beautiful shoe, but why we have so many shoes just like this in all of these boxes. They're all white and they are all made of either silk or leather and have, some decorative beading on it. And why we would have more of those types of shoes than pretty much any other type of shoe in our collection. So if you haven't guessed already, families and women especially, but families in general, will keep things that have special meaning attached. So the shoes that you wear every day, all of us know that you kind of wear them out, toss them and get some new ones. But the shoes that you may keep are shoes that you wore during your wedding, for instance. So all of these are most likely belonging to women in the past here in Kennebunk who wore these for their weddings. And you can see the one that I was just showing looks much like this pair, so you can tell that women were, trying to keep fashionable back in the day. Many of these are from the 19th century. Again, really beautifully beaded, have bows on them. That one's made of leather. This one is a beautiful one. I don't know how it stays on your foot. Another thing that you've probably noticed is look at how thin that foot would be. I don't know anybody whose foot is that thin. It would be pretty amazing. And also very small. For instance, this is a boot, also made of silk. But look how thin and small that, the size of my hand compared to that shoe is scary. So I'll show you another box. This is one that's being processed right now. These are newcomers basically to the collection, people who have donated over the past few years. And shoes like this, which are really relatively new compared to the other styles that we were just looking at. Those are now coming in. And what's exciting about that, these ones included, which are probably from the 1980s. What's exciting about this sort of thing is that as time moves on, obviously things that we thought were new at the time, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, are now really pieces of history and can tell the story of you know, what life was like in those eras. There's a kind of neat gold piece on the back of that one. So what's nice about our continual collection of life in the Kennebungs is that now we see almost new items that people have used maybe 10 years ago coming into the collection. And we always try to remind people about that, about, you know, we really try to collect modern history as well, because we just don't consider it as a society history until it isn't there anymore. So if you are looking to donate, please check out our website. It has some guidelines on how to do that, but we're always looking to collect any sort of history, even the really modern histories. So before I turn my camera on, I chose a couple that I think we'll include in the exhibit. You'll notice I only selected single shoes, because that's a way for us to get more styles of shoe on the shelf that we're putting it on. And in the case of this pink one here, this is one of the earliest shoes we have in our collection, and we only have one of them. So this one was found in a house, I believe, in a wall. So we don't even have the other part of that shoe, or the pair to that shoe. So I think we will go the route of displaying one shoe per style, and then when people walk in and it's paired with Kelly Jo's piece of art, we'll be able to kind of display a lot more people's history and a lot more excitement. Like, this is one of my favorites, this gold shoe. I really would like to meet the person who was wearing that shoe. So now I'll turn off the video, but I'm going to go on a hunt for men's shoes next. And then when we welcome you back to the museum on July 1st, we'll be reopening to the public. And I hope that you'll come in and check out the end result. So we'll see you next very soon at the museum, and have a great day.